Sup everyone, you already know the drill. It's another Destroy All Humans 2 video. And I've been a Destroy All Humans 2 fiend as of lately, but I just really like the game, so leave me alone. So for today's video, I decided to make my top 5 favorite side missions, but here's the plot twist. There's gonna be one mission from each map, so it's not just a bunch of missions from the same map. Does that make sense?
No.
So with that being said, I'm gonna quit blabbing and get straight into my list. So the first mission I picked is from Albion, and this one was honestly tough just because all the side missions in Albion are like pretty lame. And remember, I only picked one Arc Voodoo mission throughout the game because majority of the side missions in each of the maps are Arc Voodoo missions, so I only picked one. But for Albion, I picked Secret Agent Red Weasel. The reason why I picked this one instead of any other side mission is because most of the side missions in this map are all like assassination type missions where you gotta Cortex scan people around the area and then find the target. Or at least this one, you don't just Cortex scan them and find them immediately. Like you kind of have to go out your way to search for them. And it's kind of cool, so that's why I picked this one out of all the missions here. So I started it off with the light one, but now we're getting into the next one, which is Lights Out for Lobsters Part 2. And this one is from the Solaris moon base. And again, this one was also tough just because there's only 2 side missions on the moon base. So I picked Part 2 because Part 1 was, you know, pretty much the prep work, the setup for Part 2. And basically in this side mission, you pretty much take out the Blisk once and for all this time. You go in the tunnels, you destroy every Blisk that you find, and then once you're done taking out the Blisk, you gotta like plant bombs just to, you know, be safe. Then of course you gotta escape the tunnels so you don't explode. But the weird thing is it's in the tunnels, which I don't get. Like, why is it just not at their base? But I don't know. But yeah, I picked Part 2 just because, you know, you finally get rid of the Blisk for good, whereas Part 1 is just prep work. So the next side mission is from Bay City, and it's I left my parts in San Fran, or Bay City. That's the name of the mission. Like, I'm not just making this up, by the way. And the reason why I really like this mission is because the whole point is to call for reinforcements. So you build like a radio to contact the Furon Empire, and Pox is trying to find a signal and contact them, so you gotta defend Pox. And after that, you get a cutscene of Pox communicating with someone from the Furon planet, and I didn't know that Pox was like second in command out of the whole entire empire. He says this himself. It's just funny and crazy how much disrespect Pox gets through this whole entire interaction, because second in command, but the guy on the other side of the call doesn't even recognize him. So he's just like, who is this? And then he asks to get another mothership, and he says why, and Pox pretty much has to explain that their mothership got nuked by the Russians, and so the guy pretty much just hangs up the call or whatever. I just thought it was cool that we got to contact Homeworld for even like a few minutes. So for the number 2 spot, this one's from all the way in Tunguska. I picked the Abominable Yeti. You have no idea how many times I tried to say that. Nearly had a stroke. So again, this one was really like the last one. I really liked this mission because of the idea. So the whole idea, or the whole point of the mission, is that you are in the middle of the woods and you want to help out like this Russian dude, because you're in Russia, like hunt down this Yeti. And so when you go and help him and find this Yeti, it turns out that it was just a Blisk with a bunch of snow in it. And I just thought it was pretty cool that there's just a different variant of Blisk. It'd be weird if there was an actual Yeti, but I don't know, I just thought the idea of it was cool. But this pick could have been a hot take, or should I say a cold take.
If you ever do that again, I'm gonna kill your pet.
And for my number 1 favorite side mission, I don't think anyone is surprised by this, but my favorite side mission is from Takushime, and it is the Coming of Arc Voodoo, because this is the final mission for the Arc Voodoo missions, which basically you just convince the world to join the Arc Voodoo cult. But this is the last one, and so you finally form your cult, and the main guy who helps you gives you access to the secret weapon, but the way you get it is weird. So you pretty much just like chant Arc Voodoo in like this weird way.
Arc Voodoo, doodle, doodle, Arc Voodoo, ooh.
And then you finally get the most bruh gun I've ever seen in my life. It's a giant man-eating plant gun, and it's just awesome. Like, It reminds me of the Gastro gun, where it's more like an ally than an actual weapon, but it's just cool to have. So yeah, the main reason why it's my number 1 is just because you unlock the plant gun. I forget the actual name of it, but you unlock that, which is really cool. And it's just the final mission of your Archvoodal cult, so I just think that's why it's number 1 to me. But let me know if my picks are whack. Like do you have any other missions? Like there's a ton of missions that I wanted to choose, but they would have all been Archvoodal type missions, so that's why I only picked 1, and that's why it's my number 1, because you unlock the gun. But besides the Archvoodal missions, what other missions do you think I should have picked or should have changed? With that being said, thanks for watching. I tried to make this video quick, but hopefully I see you in my next video. And with that being said, I'ma dip out.